Hello Internet, my name is Veradams97 and this is Napoleon Total War. Again, another online 1v1 naval battle between me and someone found on the Knights of Apollo Discord server, which is Pixelated Apollos, and if you haven't heard of him, well, he's a very famous Total War YouTuber. Buckle your seatbelts, this is going to be a long one, so it's going to be a lot of fast forwarding, not a great deal of slow-mo to capture here, because the battle went on for a very long time. For Navy comps, real quick, so just to start off with, I am playing as the Spanish. I am playing against Great Britain, so I'm kind of being a traitor to my own countrymen, but oh well. So to start off with, I have at the helm my admiral in Vicentissimo Trinidad. I have two 122 gun ship of the lines for San Lazaro and the Delfin Dorado. Next up I have two 106 gun ship of the lines, the Nuestra Señora de la Almudena and the Nuestra Señora de la Concepción y de las Animas. Yep, you can give me a round of applause for that. Next up we have three 64 gun ship of the lines, the Palaio, the Conde de Tosa and the Santo Domingo de Polonia. Next up I have my little kind of throwaway scouting vessel, the San Bernardo, a 32 gun frigate, and the Neptuno, a rocket ship. You might notice no steam power. We said no steam power, one rocket. As for the British, they are bringing a 122 gun heavy first rate at the helm, the Richmond. Then we have two 98 gun second rates, the Agincourt and the Enterprise, spelled incorrectly, which is really irritating. Then we have the Bristol, which is his flagship, a 106 gun first rate. Then we have two 80 gun third rates, Queen and Shannon. Then we have over here two 74 gun third rates, Hermione and Piggott. Finally, Rose is rocket ship. So, without further ado, let's go. I'm going to play this at fast forward because, like I say, this is a long battle and you really don't want to spend it watching my ships move, really. Once this decides to work, there we go. Yeah, well, I get the feeling that goes better. As you can see, I'm going to start turning my front line. I'm using a very similar strategy to my last upload. Heavies are going to go with the wind and get around to the right. Then my second heaviest will form a main line and cover for my third line on the left hand side, which will get around behind, and I'm using my 32 gun as if it were a steamship, and that, except I'm bringing it with the wind because it's not a steamship. So yeah, just a little management issue there where I've accidentally got my rocket ship out in front of my main line. I'm gonna sort that. Okay, so rocket ship has opened fire. He's going to turn against the wind because he's seeing these going ahead and his focus went to these. So he's going to turn his guns turn his ship, to his starboard. Nice hit from the rocket there. But I've already kind of caught out his formation and kind of broken it, and he hasn't been, and you know, my aggressive play style again coming into its own. The little San Bernardo getting a couple of hits in on his 74 guns, but that's going to fire back. Lost one gun and one crewman. But yeah, the Trinidad is going to open up on the Richmond, and I've put them on their hard starboard now, so they're going to wheel around and attempt to get in around the right hand flank. Whilst my 64 guns are making their way. I've actually been able, because they are faster, they've pulled ahead of the 106 guns, which is a bit annoying. But seeing that I'm actually going to wheel those round to the right here, I've adapted. But he's going to respond by bringing them to face him, well, bringing their broadsides to face, and a little bit of friendly fire from the San Lazaro. But the Dolphin, I don't remember seeing the Dolphin. Certainly Frog on third rate. Not in a good spot. And neither is his rocket ship right there. Yeah, his rocket ship, as you can probably tell, wasn't able to do much. I was able to catch it out quite easily, because all his micro was over on this flank. He hadn't seen these things all coming around heavy on this side until it was too late, and yeah, his rocket ship has already surrendered, getting in pretty much no real firepower. The Hermione now routing. Little San Bernardo still going. And yeah, that thing, I believe it's that ship that's actually going to play a very crucial part later on. But my strategy has been very successful. I've managed to completely surround him. And I actually have these way anchor, yep, there we go. Actually, yeah, I think I've just got rid of my way of the anchor there, but they had completely stopped to fire on because, you know, they are big ships, so they can survive. Yeah, my heavy front line is going to go along. Not looking good for the Pelayo, that's taken too much. They're not big ships, so they can't survive a great deal of firepower, and that's exactly what they've just had to try and do. The Dolphin though, really in a rough spot. But very quickly, like, taken out two of his ships plus his rocket ship. And with one of his ships, the Agincourt, not in a healthy spot. So my initial engagement has gone pretty damn well. Although, you know, I've only really lost that 64 gun, the Pelayo. Although saying that, I'm just going to jump over here. I believe that is sinking, so if I don't fix it up, now it's going to sink, and yeah, poor little San Bernardo, it's not going to survive. I was trying to pull it out of a fight to get it fixed up because I could see it going low in the water. Yeah, I'm going to bring my two remaining 64 guns around. And yeah, it started routing, so I couldn't get control of it, and she sunk. As you can see, I'm wheeling around my heaviest line now. So they're going to snake around so that they continue to stay on this side. But it allows them to continue to move with the wind whilst maintaining their broadside on the enemy.
One of our ships is withdrawing from the fight.
But yeah, the Santo Domingo, my next 64 gun is going to start to rout. So yeah, 64 gun, they did their job. They're not really going to last against the scale of ships that I'm dealing with. But he's just friendly firing his rocket ship there because it surrendered and he has caused it to sink. But yeah, I've got this thing, the De La Almudena, not moving. I need to recover that. And this is something that actually really irritated me is 106. My formation here kind of went weird. As you can see, the Trinidad is well away from my 102 guns, so I need to reform them. And yeah, I've got the Almadina now for sail, trying to get away, get out of this fire, trying to save it. But if you haven't noticed, balance of power isn't really in my favour, and it hasn't been since the start. But yeah, I'm starting to really get the Almadina out. Like I say, it is going to play a crucial role, so I can assure you it's going to survive this bit here. I'm going to use a Hermione as a bit of cover against the Agincourt. And I think this is where I start to get it fixing. A little 64 gun need to really get back control of. That's one of my 106 guns. Currently caught out away from the rest of my fleet, not in a good spot.
One of our ships is withdrawing from the fight.
Who's that? The Almadina. I'm sure it's the Almadina who was important. Might be wrong. It might actually be that. Might be something else. It might be the Animas. It's one of. If I'm looking at this, I think it might have been the Animas. So yeah, I can't quite remember. They both have similar names, very with the exact same start. Nuestra Senora de la. But yeah, and they are both obviously 106 guns. I know one of them is going to play a crucial role, but looking at that, I don't think it's that. Yeah, it's just in a crossfire. But the Animas is pulling out, but its hull strength is not in a good spot. So I need to get that into a safe place to repair. Reformed up with my big ships here, the Trinidad and the 122 guns, so I'm wheeling them round again. Yeah, oh yeah, the Almadina has started sinking. But yeah, my lights have all been destroyed now, and he's moving in on my rocket ship, and if I'm right, that entire volley goes, if that's his first volley, which I think it is, it actually managed to go straight over the ship for the most part. So that's going to send a retaliation. Get a couple of good hits with the rockets. Get some fire damage, but they're going to be able to put that out. Although it would appear I have actually managed to bring down one of that ship's mass, which is going to be very useful to me. This volley though I think is the one that really killed it. Yep, they managed to destroy my rocket launcher. So at this point I'm going to turn it to it so that its stern guns can try and fire. But you know, there's only two of them. It's going to break. It's just trying to like scratch them. But as you can see, the Animas is doing quite well at getting out, especially considering that it's got its damaged side facing. No, it hasn't. Sorry, it's got its damage. Yeah, I've got its damaged side away. Got slightly confused with that then. Yeah, I'm using its healthy side to kind of keep it alive. But yeah, at this point, I'm really only down to these four. That's gonna break any minute now, and all it's. What did I say? But all it really had at the end there was one of its two rear guns. Really not going to do much. I'm going to start to fast forward this now. Like I say, this is a long one. In fact, the issue that my opponent had though now is my fleet has started to pull away slightly, and he needs to try and reform, but he's got the problem that he's actually lost a lot of his maneuverability. As you can see, you know, The Agincourt has lost a mast. It should have another one, but Richmond also lost its centre mast. Sails I don't think are in a healthy spot. And oh, what is this glitch with Napoleon? But yeah. Sails not as damaged as they could be, but they're not as healthy as they should be, and his bow catch sail is just gone. As for here, again, he's got, you know, that main sail on the centre mast is pretty much gone. Looks like that's got a healthy, you know, his admiral has a healthy mast, like, hasn't lost anything. Same with that 74 gun, so they've got their manoeuvrability. But what is this? Oh, the dolphin is routing. So yeah, I'm trying to snake these around, and I think after this I'm gonna stop them and let them fix up and let him come to me. You can see I've got this going on full sail, trying to just escape, which that sail damage that he had, especially on this side, is going to make it pretty easy for this to get away. It's going to take a bit of a hit there. It's going to keep going. It's going to soldier on. So he's starting to push forward some of his healthier ships now. So the Shannon and the Bristol, which is his admiral. They're going to try and move in. But it was always my plan to wheel around and kind of snake this. So we're setting up, but not quite in range yet. Ooh, damn camera. So he's going to start firing his chasers, but they're not. They're going to miss. There we go. That is going to destroy the sails of the Shannon. I think I might have had chain shot loaded. That's round shot though. But yeah, so the Shannon is now in a situation just like on it with those over there, and but it's got no sails left really. Not sure if they're bringing them up because they're just so tattered, or if he's trying to stop them. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more wheel, and I'm sure that's it. And then I'm gonna wait. Yeah. If I just go over here. So that was set up trying to get some flanking shots on that, but he saw and moved it to get its broadside going, so I'm gonna start pulling that out in a minute. There we go. So the microing of this was key. I'm trying to get a broadside, but yeah, nothing was loaded. We're hoping that some cannons would be ready before it went out of range. Yeah, he's going to get another shot. Fortunately, my sails were down. There we go. Cannons are reloaded. Going to get a nice little hit there. I'm desperately trying to pull this out. Much broadside, but it did hit. As for here, the flagship's taking a beating. Yeah, the Trinidad has the problem of it's got very poor turning. San Lazaro, not looking too healthy, but it could be worse. This flagship covering for the Shannon. Yeah, as you can see, the Animas now really trying to pull away from the Enterprise again. She's got some sail damage, but nothing on the level of the Enterprise, which is good. Yeah, balance of power. Obviously I've only got 3 ships, well, 4 to his, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I can't really win this unless I'm smart. I have to be smart if I'm going to have a chance here. So I think I do still, I do still have a chance. But I'm going to have to pick out and isolate his ships and really try and kite. Keep my ships able to fire, but not in a position where they can be fired upon. And I actually, because of his sail damage, I'm really using this 106 gun. So, this is not by any means a frigate, a tiny little petty mobile thing. This is, a heavy ship of a line, 106 guns, although it's only got 64 in firing state. The rest are all broken. But, I'm using it as if it's like half its size. I'm using it as if some are even less than half its size. I'm using it like a frigate at this point. But yeah, just really trying to pull it out now. Using my much better mobility. Turn to open up a broadside on the Enterprise. Then try and turn away again. Really seeing how badly damaged it is, I'm trying to make sure it doesn't take any more damage. But yeah, we've got some wheeling again over there. So if you haven't noticed, those big ship lines there have just been like kind of snaking. If you can see the kind of movement I was doing with my mouse, they've been doing that. Just try and keep switching between the switching sides so that nothing gets too damaged, and also keep them moving. So kind of like moving but still able to fire. Yeah, what was that? So these camera controls can be the death of me. So yeah, I've now managed to pull the animas away, and at this point I'm going to get it in behind the Trinidad so it's got plenty of cover, and get it fixed up the best that the crew can get it done. So I'll skip forward again. Yeah, I mean, because my heavy, especially this one, are in a pretty rough spot at the moment. That's got quite a bit of hull damage, although it's still got most of its guns, which is good. Also on 110. The Trinidad, again, got pretty much all of its guns intact. But yeah, the repair crews have essentially built a brand new hull for the Animas. That's how badly damaged it was. And they're still not done fixing the damn thing. As for the other side, again, they've essentially just got a brand new hull on, but it's a patchwork job, because that's all the ship repairs on this do. So I've got these repairing up whilst the Brits move in. So at this point I'm just sitting waiting. You can see he's going to wheel his ships all in. That was a failed broadside. I was testing to see if I could get some hits. But yeah, none of them are quite in range yet. But the ship with the healthiest sails, the Pigget, is going to really push on ahead. Because it's the only one with pretty much undamaged sails at this point. I don't think he'd realise that as they ordered them all to move in. So that's going to push in well ahead. It looks like he's noticed here and he's managed to get it to stop, but it is stopped just on the broadside of the San Lazaro and the Trinidad. So yeah, he needs to get that out of there or give it some support, which is what he's trying to do here with the Agincourt and Queen. Yeah, all he's really got firing on me at the moment are his chasers, so he needs to bring his broadsides to bear. But again, the chain shot is coming out to try and slow him down and make sure that even though my ships shouldn't be the more manoeuvrable, they're going to remain it. 106 guns. Well, okay, 59 left. Just look pathetic compared to my others. But yeah, I'm gonna perform another wheel. So get the ships to line up around here. Might be a bit further back because of just how bad the Trinidad's turning is. Yeah, as these sail off, they're gonna really hit into the Agincourt and Queen, or more the Agincourt. Still steady though, despite her taking what it had taken. Not anymore, now it's shaken. Now the Almudena, what am I on about? The Animas is moving in and that's trying to fire. Now because of the turning angle, I've been able to get some hits on the Enterprise over here. Agincourt trying to return fire on the Animas, but not doing a particularly good job of it. It looks like he's... yeah. Oh no, that's his bow mast, never mind. I thought one of his masts had fallen over. But no, never mind, that's its bow mast. Although its front mast, I don't know the names of each of the masts, is gone. That's probably been shot off in this engagement. Yeah. Really shooting into the bow of these two ships now. You can see I've wheeled these around. Now the Animas coming in, I'd wanted to get it in behind, but it wasn't gonna happen without really bringing it into a horrendous angle against the Agincourt. So I brought it around this side so it'd be able to defend itself. Yeah, I'm quickly running out of map space though, in order to continue to perform this strategy. And yeah, failed broadside there, nobody saw that. Yeah, he's trying to slowly move up the Richmond and Enterprise here, kind of like pick off from the side, but again, sail damage not working for in his favour, obviously. What? Yeah, the Queen really defending the Agincourt there, but taking a beating in doing so. Just gonna fast forward again. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna fire a broadside and turn away. He's got his ships moving in again, so just wheel around. Like I say, I've noticed I'm running out of space and I'm not getting enough damage off like this, so I am trying to decide whether or not to really go against the wind, which is obviously not going to play into my favour. But trying, you know, get a daring broadside, and yet bear with some chain shot. I'm trying to immobilise his ships to allow me to go against the wind at this point. Oh, that glitch is really irritating. We tried to use the broadside and just missed, which was fortunate. Because now that's out of angle, I can do a quick repair job here before getting it on full sail or get it out of there. Yep, gonna wheel it around, try and get it out. Gonna take a broadside, but yeah. So I'm gonna play along with them here, just keep them firing on each other. And in a second I'm going to, yep, there's my trick move. As soon as he's thinking that, you know, that's just a straight up battle, wheel it around, pull it out. Classic strategy. It's gonna cost it some hull strength, but it's got it out of the fight. Oh yeah, I don't know what the Delphin's doing there, but he's really gone awkward. As you can see, the Enterprise now turned completely away, meaning that the Animas can fire on it, which is always good. Gonna rock it up again. It's gonna try and fire on the Animas, actually not getting too many hits. And now the heavies are coming into play. Although, yeah, another irritant for me. Short range guns not able to hit. He's gonna fire a broadside and it's gonna score a couple of hits, nothing significant though. But I can't retaliate. Or at least it won't automatically retaliate through fire at will, which is annoying. I mean, I would have had to do a broadside, but I missed the chance. As you can see, I have decided to go daring, and I'm going to start to sail against the wind. Time to use an angle so that I'm not completely destroyed in terms of speed. But try and bring myself around. I'll really try and move into him now. Again, the Animas taken one too many broadsides, so I'm going to stop that, get it fixed up. Open up on that, not get anything good. He's going to try and fire on the ship while it repairs. Roll. Got a good broadside there, but yeah, I need to get this re-angled so that it can retaliate. But it's awkward against the wind. So I decide, let's get the wind in favour. So I'm going to wheel and I'm going to, so my thinking here was, right, his ships have started to turn. Let's see if I can surprise him and try and really push down and cut through here, kind of really like cut off the Enterprise, which is really out of position at the moment. You can see he's actually kept his Admiral, words, forgot it then. Oh yeah, he's kept his Admiral back. Probably a smart, like really smart move, you could say, but I don't think it is. the best thing here. I think he should have had that in the fight because, you know, it's another set of guns and it's a lot of guns. You know, he really needs to be trying to push up, because especially since that's got pretty much full health sails. He needs to try and stop my maneuverability before I use it to destroy him, because that's what I'm doing right now. You know, with these 3 ships, he's having a lot of trouble taking them down. You know, they shouldn't be able to outmaneuver, but they are. So here we are, Trinidad's getting ready. Taking a lot of damage though. I think that's 3 broadsides so far it's taken without being at an angle to retaliate. And now, you know, the crew are firing their muskets at each other. And so seeing that, if you can tell there yet, I've got grape shot going. I'm just trying to kill this thing now. Killing lots of crew there and taking out quite a few guns. He's gonna use a round shot retaliation. But yeah, the aim there, although it didn't quite work, was to try and like get the crew shaken. As you can see, I've been pushing up the Animath behind, you know, to really try and isolate the Enterprise. Like I say, I had to isolate ships, you know, cut them off from the rest of the fleet and kill them. So my plans here were to deal with the Richmond and Enterprise, to try and balance the scales, you know, because they were out of position. But the Animas, the repair jobs, they don't have the same strength as, you know, the standard hull, and they break very quickly. Admiral taking a lot of damage here, but he's still alive. Still alive, but yeah. Another grape shot volley coming up there. He's also retaliating now with grape shot. Yeah, I'm really trying to bring in the damage onto this. I'm using round shot because I want it to be able to fire on the Piggott as well. And of course the Shannon, which is now retaliating, and I need to bring the port side out of combat of the Trinidad, otherwise it's going to end up routing, or worse. Ooh, taking out the sail, one of the sails on the Piggott, which for some reason is going back away from the fight instead of towards it, which isn't what he wants to be doing here. But yeah, the Trinidad did start to rout, which was more than a bit concerning. I'd got this far with this strategy. I wasn't going to lose now. But yeah, really isolating the Enterprise, killing a good number of crewmen there. But fortunately, the Trinidad, although it's routing, it is now out of the firing arc of the Shannon and the Piggott. Yeah, that broadside getting some nasty damage. I'm retaliating on these two of the broadside. Just really trying to encircle the Enterprise. Yeah, there we go. Enterprise has surrendered. As you can see, battle time here is already well over for. Yeah. No, we've gone over 45 minutes now. But yeah, the Trinidad did rally, so now I'm trying to get it back into formation. You know, and really try and make sure I can carry this into the end. Gonna get a nice broadside on my Shannon though. But yeah, my formation here is kind of broke, so I really need to quickly reform that, otherwise everything's going to just go horribly wrong, and I'm not going to let something like that be the reason for a defeat here. But yeah, he's really seemed to have forgotten about his admiral at the back there, which is strange. But yeah, trying to use the surrendered Enterprise as kind of a shield here to fix up the Dorado. Broadside straight into the stern of the bow of the Richmond. Yeah. It's got the Shannon able to fire on the Dorado, so I'm going to pull it forward a bit. But yeah, it's really starting to suffer with his ships being completely immobilized. Now, you know, Richmond just can't move. Not with that one sail. So it's what, 122 gunship. It needs, you know, the extra wind power to be able to pull it, push it even. Yeah, trying to move, reform the formation, and the Animath coming back. So again, fast forward, get a nice never hit on the Richmond. You know, that's wavering now, that's not in a good spot. Trinidad's going to open up along with the San Lazaro. You know, that's just, it's immobilized and it's getting caught out. Again, you know, my strategy bearing into fruition. But if you look at its sail strength, you know, it's just gone. Yeah, it's just not able to move with that one sail. Doesn't have the power. So all it's really got is this incredibly damaged broadside here and his chasers. I think that was a chain shot volley coming from the Dorado, trying to immobilize the Piggott, and yet the Richmond has ended up surrendering. I was at this point where I was really wishing I had done what I was meant to do and tick the ranked box, because I think this would be a very good battle for rank. Yep, Dorado getting hit. I need to be careful that the Dorado doesn't get caught out, but trying to get aggressive now and try and bring the Piggott down. Seeing it's not in a healthy spot, I'm going to wheel it away before the Shannon kills it. And trying to fire on the Piggott using the Animath. Yeah, that's going to be it for the Dorado though. Just getting completely caught away from the rest of my formation. Because it's worth mentioning that is the Dorado, one of my 122 guns, but you know, with only 44 guns left. I know, that's not coming back. So let's skip forward again. Yeah, he's going to make sure that it ain't going to come back by opening up. Trying to prepare a broadside there. What's that for? I was trying to hit the Agincourt, but I don't think I was quite in range. He's trying to fix up these two ships. But fortunately the fixing doesn't repair the sails, so there's not much you can really do to bring these back. So now I need to try and get aggressive, you know, just bring down what's left. He has got the Bristol now moving in, but his ships are damaged, so I could try and sail against the wind, bring the Trinidad and the Lazaro up through here. As you can see, I'm still snaking though, putting a broadside on the picket. I'm trying to finish that off first before I go into my aggression. Words. But yeah. So I'm gonna get the sails going again, setting up a crossfire on the picket, really trying to focus on that now. Isolate and assimilate. Probably, maybe. But yeah, I picked it out. Yeah, that's gonna destroy it. Now it's trying to turn the picket around so that starboard side, which is non-existent at this point, doesn't have to face these fires. But as you can see, I've been trying to sneak the animas around behind to try and get into the rear of the Agincourt and Queen whilst his focus is on these two. But yeah, that's gonna rout, and with that whole strength I don't think that has a chance at coming back. It looks like it might be sinking. Yeah, that's taking on water, that's sinking. Yep, he has noticed this, so it's going to try and re-angle these. So fire on the animas. Yep, still routing, hasn't quite surrendered yet, but when you see how much that's tipping, they're just going to abandon ship any minute now. So then fast forward, yeah, there we go, it's sunk. Abandon ship, men, get out. Never missed broadside. Those things were a lifesaver for me whenever he missed. Yeah, really trying to bring down the Shannon now. That's the next thing that I've been able to isolate. So again, you know, the plan is cut this thing off and get rid of it. I'm trying to wheel away so that I can bring the starboard side because of the health of the port side of the Trinidad. Especially since going up against a pretty healthy, you know, 106 gun first rate. It could potentially bring down the Trinidad if I'm not careful. But I haven't been looking at the battle timer because you generally don't think to, and 1 minute left of the battle. Yeah, if you hadn't figured out by now, this is going to end in a draw. I'm trying to wheel around, you know, really try and pick out the Shannon. And yeah, draw. So he apparently only lost 2 ships. So that'll only count ones that have sunk, so that one and his rocket ship probably. The rest surrendered, so aren't quite destroyed. We both came in with 10, you know, I'd lost 5, but, you know, I had 1, but all of mine that were in it, still on the battlefield, were either, okay, that was one routing there, but yeah, so obviously the 5th ship being my rocket ship, which completely routed and was able to get away from the fight. Yeah, just quickly look over crew kills and losses. What the hell was Conde de Tolosa? No idea. Probably one of my smaller ships. Yeah. Dorado. Obviously getting a lot of kills. The Animas racking up a good number of kills as well. The San Lazaro and the Trinidad again getting a lot of kills because they were the ones that really lasted. Right, and that was the battle. Thank you for watching. My name, as you know, has been TheAdams97.